bring up Barbara here and introduce her, Miss Barbara Kaplan. What are you going to talk about today? Color? Okay. Want to talk a little bit? I wore color. She wore color. Okay. Okay. She's going to talk about color. I want to let you know real quickly, we have raffle items. If you guys want to get some raffle tickets, we're going to do the drawing at the end of the conversation. But if you want any, come on up to us up here and we'll make it happen.
Hey, thank you. Welcome, everybody. I feel like we had the event already. This was so much fun getting to this point. I've had so many wonderful conversations with everybody and getting to know many of you and seeing new faces again. And it's been great. So color is the topic of the evening. And before I start, though, I would like to thank Alan and Vinder for having us here. And this is just more special than you can imagine, because what you have here to Arizona, maybe in the country, we have pieces here that are awesome. Group, and speaking for myself, I'm honored to be in this wonderful location. And I'm here because of Fashion Group. I had the opportunity to meet Tracy. And for me, it was love at first sight. I was just, we just had a great time together. And we left, and I just felt I wanted to see her again. And then I got a wonderful phone call about this. And met Angela, and we worked together, and Mary Beth. And it's just been a joy pulling all this together. And I know this means a little bit to many of you who are members of Fashion Group, and it's nice to see you here. Color. Well, I like to say color is my life. And it truly is, because color, I see color everywhere, as we all do. And color speaks to me. It has special meaning to me. I look at all the wonderful things that we have around us, and it's very stimulating for me. It encourages me. It makes me feel good. Sometimes it makes me not feel good. Whatever it is, it evokes emotion. And that's really what design is all about. As many of you know, as an interior designer, I call what I do interior design, because it's all about our interior. It's about how we feel about things. When we decorate, we're really decorating in the exterior place. It's exterior design. So as we design for ourselves, we have to look this way first before we look out. We have to look inside ourselves, and we have to see who we are, how we want to be seen, how we want to express ourselves, and what we want to see. So there's a lot of thought that comes to interior design. As all interior designers can tell you, there's a lot of psychology that goes into it, and there's a lot of deep thought and deep meaning. And as designers, we have a tremendous responsibility when we walk into someone's home. It's really an honor to walk into a client's home and be respectful of their wishes and their needs and their budget and their taste and all the things that create a whole person. So maybe it's a holistic way of looking at things that we have to approach it. So color, for me, when I walk into a client's home, that's really the first thing that I look at, because most design projects do start with color. And I know what I like, but I'm not going to ask my clients to live in the colors that I like. So I have to get to know my clients just as much as they know themselves. And in very many cases, it's even better, because many people don't think about color, at least not in the way of wanting to wake up to it every morning and go to sleep to it every night and spend money on buying things in color. So I have to ask a lot of questions of my clients for them to get to know themselves and their relationship with color and the emotion that it brings out for them. So many years ago, when I first started my practice, I came across a system, I'll call it, of color, which was called the 4 Seasons of Color. How many of you have heard about that? And it was very powerful. And for me, it was one of the most powerful things I ever discovered in my life. And I am not exaggerating. because it gave me a way of first of all, seeing my clients in a certain way, and to help my clients see themselves. What the 4 seasons of color represent, to refresh those of you who know it and to mention it to the people who don't, is it's all about your skin tone. Your skin tone is unique to you, and there are 4 categories, I'll say, that you would fall into. And based on the undertone of your skin being a more blue undertone or yellow undertone, it will determine what season you look best in. So draping became the big thing, as you may recall, and a lot of people became color experts and draped people and told people by having them remove makeup if it was a woman and placing colors under their chin and determine which colors look best. So this became a real tool for me. Now, I asked a lot of my clients to be draped, and of course, once I learned it, I kind of looked at them and figured it out myself. And after a while, people actually thought I was a magician or a color psychic. Because, gee, how did you know this would look good on me? And then when I would go shopping for them, not with them, but for them, and bring back things that they liked, they'd go, how did you know I would like this? And it sure made me feel good, and I had my little secret, and didn't share it in many cases, but sometimes I did. And I did this for quite a few years, until one day I realized that it wasn't everything. I saw some gaps in the system as far as interior design was concerned. I realized that there were other factors that entered into the colors that we wear. And I realized that the colors that we look good in are also the colors that we feel good in. And I also realized that the colors that you see here below my neck, below my chin, are just as important as the colors that are behind me. You're also seeing this space up here. So as a designer, I had the opportunity to create color around people that also made them look good. And when they sat down on a chair or a sofa, that they matched it or complemented it, and that they felt good in it. So there was a lot of synergy of emotion that came through this, and still there were some gaps. So I started asking some more questions, trying to figure out what this was all about. And in asking these questions, I finally narrowed it down to 23 very specific, significant questions. And I decided at that time that this is working so well, I just don't want the few people that I work with to know about this. I want the world to know about this. Nothing, no small task here, but the entire world. So how would I reach the world? Through the internet. So I set about creating a profile with these 23 questions that could be answered without draping, because intuitively people know what colors they like, and they also know what colors they're drawn to and what makes them feel good and the colors they want to live in. Think about your own colors. How did they get picked? You didn't have a system necessarily, but why did you pick the colors that you're wearing right now, or the colors that are in your home right now? How did you pick them? Did somebody tell you to pick those colors? Did you grow up with those colors? Did you see them in a magazine? Did your neighbor tell you, your mother-in-law, best friend? How did that all happen? Maybe a salesperson told you in a store. Or did you really pick it from your heart? Was it something that spoke to you? And that's where I wanted to go. That's what I wanted to find out. And through these questions, I was able to do it. It surprised me. I didn't know I could do this, but I was determined. I even found, when I took the test myself finally, I even found out things about myself that I didn't know. I knew I liked certain things, but I didn't understand why, because I was colorized, and I was told what colors I would like. Yet, there were other colors and other things that I liked too. I also found out that there were other materials that were important, such as patterns, fabrics, texture, finishes, woods, metal, furniture style. All those things also relate to, and I'm going to say season, that you're in. I remained seasoned to palette because I wanted my own identification. I didn't want people to think, oh, this is just clothing, this is what I'm going to wear, but it really is a palette of colors. And it's a combination of those choices that really create you. And they express your personality, they express who you are. You have things in your life that mean a lot to you, and those need to be expressed in your home. There's no more personal space that you have than your home. It's the only place that you can control. So you have that opportunity to do whatever you want. And that's another point. I really wanted my clients and everyone to live in a home that they love. Because I totally believe that when you love your home, you love yourself. There is no difference. Your home is you. I also realized that your instinct in this was the key, and that you had, when you really look into yourself so deeply, there are so many things you want to bring out. How many of you have collections of things? A certain type of collection that means a lot to you? What kind of a collection do you have?
I have a collection of the motors or calcium channel boxes. And they all have a cat motif.
Oh, so it's very personalized. That's great. Anybody else? Yeah.
I'm a little embarrassed. I collect Pez dispensers. I have no idea what to do with them.
Oh, well, one thing I can see right now is it makes you smile. So it makes you happy to have them, and that's enough. That really is enough. So another hand over here.
Oh yeah, I collect little fairy figurines.
How nice. Out of any particular...
Anything, yeah.
As long as
Just
there's
small fairy.
small miniatures. Yes. That's great. That's great. So you see, we all have something that we want to show that speaks about us. And it's expressing that in your home that makes all the difference. So color can be a backdrop to this. You can put them in cases, you can set them against a wall. Look at the backdrop for these beautiful colored plates. Now, yes, it's a neutral color, but we could make that wall any color to bring out your favorite color. And any one of you painted the color that you want it to be, and it's all right. That's the other thing. When it comes to color, there is no right or wrong. It's what you want. And that's a myth I would like to dispel about design, and I hope the designers here kind of feel that way too, that when it comes to design, there is no right or wrong. And it's that thought that stops a lot of people from expressing their own style and taste. You have the right to do anything you want, and if you love it, and if you like looking at it and living with it, it's right. How could it be wrong? It makes no difference. So, with that in mind, I'd like to do a little fun exercise, if you're willing. I'd like to do a visualization. Are you up for it? Yes. Okay. Let me find it over here. What I'm going to do is ask you to, if you're comfortable, you don't have to do this visualization to close your eyes. And I'm going to walk you through your home. Now, you're leaving here tonight, and you're going to get in your car, and you're driving home. And you're thinking about your home. You're happy to be going home, a little tired, at the end of the day, you're going home. As you get to your front door, or your back door, or whatever door you go into, you're now anticipating walking in. What is the first thing that you see? As you walk through the rooms, what colors do you see? What are the materials? What are the textures? What do you like? Have you created a home that nurtures you? As you're thinking about all these things, when you're ready, come on back to me. Now, I'm going to give you a gift. I'm going to give you all, each of you, $100,000.
Thank you, Jesus.
I expect a card in a minute. Now think about, if you took that $100,000, what would you change in your home? Money were no object. There you go. Okay, now let's go, let's close our eyes again, and let's get back in the car and drive home to your new home. You're driving up to the door that you went into. Maybe it's a different door, maybe it's a different house, whatever it is. What do you see? Does it look the same? Can you visualize what changes you would make? Are there things that you would get rid of? Are there things you would bring into the home? Just remember that you are your own interior designer. It's your home. You can do anything you want. You have the power. You can live in your colors. You can live in anything else that you want. What would that look like? I see smiles on people's faces. Some people are having a good time. Come on back into the room. It's really important to remember that you are your own interior designer. And don't let anybody tell you how to live. The way you want it to be, it's right. And as I always say, rooms have no feelings. You do. Thank you. What we're going to do, by the way, if anybody wants to buy a book, we have some books for sale, and also the opportunity to take the profile online. It's only $10, and I'm selling the books for $15 this evening. It's a special price if anybody wants it.
We have a raffle to do.
Yes, let's do the raffle.
Did anyone want to purchase any more tickets before we do the book? Do you want to talk about your book real quick? The book is The Pajaro Method, which talks about rooms have no feelings, you do. And people tell me after they read the book they don't need me anymore. What can I say? It really is, it's all about how you can express yourself and to release the fear of designing for yourself and have a good time. I was lucky enough to have been gifted the book, and it sat on my giant bookshelf with hundreds of books for about a year, and I picked it back up, and that was the whole idea for me to contact Barbara. And there's some really, really great questions in there that help you understand.
Yeah, there are questions discovered. Oh, okay. What is it you want me to say? Okay.
Did you want to talk about the profile?
Okay, well, the profile I touched on, and that is on my website. If you'd like to go to my website, you can take the profile that I talked about, or you can sign up for it here tonight. And every vignette that you go to, I'm looking for it, but I don't have it handy. Every vignette you go to in the rooms, you can pick up a sample of that profile. And then you can see what the questions are and how it'll help you.
So we are going to, oh, we got another raffle.
Yes, work money raffle, then you'll be going to visit all the four rooms, four palace, four seasons. So you'll get, and the designers that created those vignettes will be in the room, and I'll be walking around, and if you have any questions that I can answer, I'd be happy to do so.
Does anyone have any questions right now? Feel free to throw them at Barbara. She's ready.
Yes, I have a question. And you would know I would have, right?
Yes.
Me.
Yes.
I might want to just
Of course, Jeanette.
scrub
Sure.
my whole house. But let's say I just bought a house.
That $100,000 help?
Yes, 7 bedrooms, 13 baths.
Nice, nice. Okay.
I go all the way.
You want to clean your tea bags? Oh, she'll have help.
Well, if you can afford that kind of house, you're not cleaning it.
It's true.